Her message landed while I was tightening the last bolt on the new car's license plate. A vibration, a soft chime, then the sentence that cut through my ribs like cold steel. I promised my male best friend he could drive your new car to the concert. Don't be jealous. Jealous? The word tasted cheap in my mouth. I stared at the screen, the reflection of my own expressionless face warped across the glossy paint of the car. She'd sent it casually, almost playful, as if she wasn't pressing her thumb against a bruise she didn't think I could feel. For a long moment, I didn't move, didn't breathe, just watched the message hover there, bright, arrogant, oblivious. I typed 2 words. No problem. My hands were steady, too steady, the kind of steady that comes only when something inside you has stopped struggling. Minutes later, I watched through the remote app as the engine started, as they pulled out of the driveway, as their route traced across the city like a slow incision. They looked small on the map, insignificant, a pair of silhouettes playing at freedom. But the car was mine. Every sensor, every circuit, every silent kill switch buried beneath the dashboard. And when they rolled into a part of the city where streetlights flickered like dying nerves, I pressed one button, the one she didn't know existed. Vehicle disabled, activated. The engine would cut at the next full stop. The phone began to ring 5 minutes later, her name, her panic, her choices catching up to her in the dark. I let it ring. People assume betrayal begins loudly, a fight, a confession, a mistake you can point at. But mine began with accumulation, small inconsistencies stacking like dust in corners no one bothers to clean. The way she said his name too softly, the way she laughed too quickly at his jokes, the way she defended him with a sharpness she never used for me. And then there were the nights she fell asleep early, messages left unread, her phone suddenly flipped face down. None of it enough to accuse her, all of it enough to wake something in me, something quiet and patient. I told myself I was imagining it, that I was cynical, that she was loyal. But suspicion has gravity. It pulls. Her request about the car wasn't the first sign. It was just the first one she couldn't hide behind excuses. She wanted him in my seat, in my space, surrounded by the smell of the leather I paid for, the engine I maintained, the world I built. And she said it like I should be honored. Like letting her best friend touch the one thing I kept untouched was the mature, secure, loving response. Maybe she believed that. Maybe she didn't. Either way, it revealed a truth she never said out loud. She thought I would tolerate anything. She thought I was safe, soft, predictable. She thought wrong. I didn't confront her. Confrontation gives the guilty room to maneuver, to rewrite, to twist. Silence does the opposite. Silence watches. So I collected quietly. Phone logs, search histories, shared 2 a.m. locations she didn't know were backed up to the cloud, screenshots, dates, timestamps, nothing dramatic, just patterns, patterns that spoke. While she slept beside me, her back turned, her breathing too peaceful to be honest, I mapped out months of their little world, one she thought existed outside my awareness. I noticed the way she smiled at incoming notifications, the way her mood shifted after each call, the way she seemed relieved when I left for work early. And I played my part perfectly. Affectionate, calm, composed. People reveal more when they think you're harmless. By the time she asked to let him drive my car, I already knew. I didn't need a confession. I didn't need proof beyond what I'd gathered. I just needed timing. So when the app showed the car rolling into that neglected part of town, when I saw them stop at a crosswalk, when the brake lights glowed red, I pressed the button. The engine died. Their night died with it. Then came the first call, then the second, then her voice trembling in voicemails, trying to sound calm while street noise swelled behind her. Still, I stayed silent. Not out of cruelty, out of clarity. She stormed into the apartment an hour later, breathless, shaken, mascara streaked. Her friend had left her there. Of course he had. Cowards always run first. She tried to speak, but fear tangled her words. "What happened to the car?" she asked. Why didn't you answer?" I handed her the printed records. No accusation, no theatrics. Just dates, times, screenshots, routes, a catalog of her choices. She froze. The silence swallowed the room whole. Then her lips trembled. The beginning of an apology, or maybe a lie dressed as one. But I wasn't listening. I'd already moved past the version of her standing in front of me. I didn't raise my voice, didn't rage. I simply said, "I knew before you left tonight." Her knees weakened.
"And I let you go anyway." That broke her, because she finally understood. I hadn't lost control. I'd taken it back. The car, the night, the truth. She kept asking if we could talk, fix things, explain. I walked past her, picked up my keys, opened the door. "You stranded yourself," I said, "nothing more." People think heartbreak ends with shouting, with scattered belongings, with someone slamming a door. But mine ended with quiet, a clean silence, a sharp breath of freedom. I didn't feel triumph, just certainty. She'd mistaken my stillness for weakness, my patience for passivity, my love for something she could spend without consequence. But now she knew, I don't chase, I don't cling, and I don't stay where I'm disrespected. As I walked out, her sobs followed me down the hallway, soft and panicked, collapsing into themselves. I didn't look back. Her voice no longer belonged to my world. And the final thought that passed through me, cold, calm, honest, was simple. She stranded herself long before the engine ever died.